Go. Call Allah ban Yashkar ban Yash Allah.
You call Yalla ban Yashikar ban Yasha Allah.
How Bashim Yoshaprakto?
How Bashim Yashabrakata?
La Yash Allah.
La Yasha Allah. All right, with that, Amayim, which means to stand, Sar, Mamahakudam, which means to face towards the east. Now we're going to start with the Lord's Prayer in the Lashon Kodash.
Abunau.
Abunau.
Shabashma. Shabashma.
Kodash.
Ayah. Ayah. Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahweh. Yahweh.
Malakwaka,
Malakwaka.
Daba'a,
Abad.
Radazayaka,
Desireka.
Hayya,
Ayah.
Aisha,
Aisha.
Barataza,
Baratza.
Kawa,
Kawa.
Hayya,
Ayah.
Bashamaya,
Bashma.
Latanana,
Latalano.
Lakam,
Lakom.
Ka,
Kal.
Yawam,
Yawam.
Wasalak now,
Salakno.
Kabawat now, Kasalak now,
Kasalak now.
Kabawat now,
Kabawati now.
Walala, WI now, Banasaya 1, a ball, Aisha now, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Wa'ala, Watapara, Lalamyum, Amen.
In English, our Father,
Our Father,
which art in heaven,
which art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
hallowed be thy name.
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
thy kingdom
thy
come,
kingdom come,
thy will be done
thy will be done
in earth
in earth
as it is in heaven.
as it is in heaven.
Give us this day
Give us this day
our daily bread.
our daily bread.
Forgive us our debts
Forgive us our debts
as we forgive our
as
debtors.
we forgive our debtors.
And lead us not
And lead us not
into temptation,
into temptation,
but deliver
but
us
deliver us
from evil.
from evil.
For thine is the kingdom,
For thine is the kingdom
and the power,
and the power
and the glory,
and the glory
forever.
forever.
So be it.
So be it. Next is the Hakar, the power in the last one, Kadash. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'asham,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
Babakashah,
Babakashah,
Latanana,
Nathanawa,
Haka,
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 La Pa'a,
Larpa'a,
Kalmakala,
Kamakala,
Wakamarawa,
Wakalmanawa,
Haka,
Haka,
Latahar,
Latzahar,
Amatazariah,
Hamatazarayam,
Haka,
Haka,
Lahakwim,
Lahakwim,
Hamathium,
Hamathium,
Haka,
Haka,
Awakawa,
Arakawa,
Hatama'ala,
Hatama'ala,
Lagarashan,
Lagarashan,
Bahashim,
Bahasham,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
the water.
Tawada,
Amen.
Aman. And the power prayer in the English. Lord,
Lord,
in the name of
in the
Yahushai,
name of Yahushai,
please give us the power
please give us the power
to heal
the power to heal
all manner of sickness
all manner of sickness,
and all manner of disease,
all manner of disease,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
the power to cleanse the lepers,
the power to raise the dead,
the power to raise the dead,
the power against unclean
the
spirits,
power against unclean spirits,
to cast them out.
to cast them out.
In the name of
In the
Yahushai,
name of Yahushai,
thank you, so be it.
thank you, so be it. Bless Israel and the lost one, Kodash. Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahashem,
Bahasham,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
Rakanawa,
Rakanawa,
Rasha'al,
Yasha'al,
Waha,
Waha,
Bayatsapari,
Bayasafari,
Barak,
Barak,
Bahashem,
Bahasham,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
the water.
the water.
Amen.
Amen. And what we just said was, Lord, in the
Lord,
name of
in the
Yahushai,
name of Yahushai,
bless us
bless us
and Israel
and Israel
and the school.
and the
In
school.
the
In
name of
the
Yahushai,
name of Yahushai,
thank you, so be it.
thank you, so be it. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 121, in the last from Kodash. Asha,
Asha,
Ayanya,
Ayanya,
Ahahariam,
Ahahariam,
Mayan,
Ma'ayan,
Yaba'a,
Yaba'a,
Isaiah,
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 Ma'aim,
Ma'aim,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Aisha,
Aisha,
Shamayam,
Shamayam,
Wa'aratiza,
Wa'arataza,
Al Yatan,
Al Yatan,
Lamawat,
Lamawat,
Regalka,
Regalka,
Al Yanawam,
Al Yanawam,
Shamarka.
Shamaraka.
It's like Hana,
Hana,
La'a,
La'a,
Yanawam,
Yanawam,
Wala'a,
Wala'a,
Yayashan,
Yayashan,
Shawmar,
Shawamar,
Yasha'ala,
Yasha'ala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Shamarka,
Shamarka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Tazalka,
Tazalka,
Al Yad,
Al Yad,
Yamyamka,
Yamyanka,
Yawamam,
Yawamam,
Hashamash,
Hashamash,
La Yakaka,
La Yakaka,
Wayarak,
Wayarak,
Bala Yala,
Bala Yala,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamarka,
Yashamarka,
Bakara,
Makal Rai,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Afna Pashka,
Afnapashka,
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yashamar,
Yashamar,
Tazalka,
Tazaatka,
Bawaka,
Wabawaaka,
Mayata,
Mayata,
Wa'ad,
Wa'aid,
Abalam.
Awalam. Psalm 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes into the
I
hills,
will lift up my eyes unto the hills.
from whence cometh my help.
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Yasha'Allah
he that keepeth Yasha'Allah
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade
Yahweh is thy shade
upon thy right hand.
upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in
from this time
from
forth
this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore. Now we have the book of Psalms, chapter 83, in the last one, Kodash. Alahayim,
Alahayim,
Al-Damiyalaka,
Al-Damayalaka,
Al-Takarash,
Al-Thakarash,
Wa-Al-Tashakwat,
Wa-Al-Tashakwat,
Al,
Al,
Kayahana,
Kayahana,
Awayabyaka,
Awayabyaka,
Yahamayawan,
Yahamawan,
Wamashana, Yaka,
Wamashanayaka,
Nasha'awa,
Nasha'awa,
Ra'ash,
Ra'ash,
Al-Amaka,
Al-Imaka,
Yarayamwa,
Yarayamwa,
Sawada,
Sawada,
Wayata Ta'ai Tazawa,
Wayata Ya'ai Tazawa,
Al-Tazawanyaka,
Al-Tazapawanyaka,
Amarwa,
Amarawa,
Lakau,
Lakawa,
Wanakati Adam, Magawiya, Wallah, it's like Yazakar, Sham Yasha'ala, Awada, Kaya, Mawa'ai Tazawa, Laba, Yakadwa, Awyaka, Baryathwa, Yakarathwa, Ahawya, Adawam, Washmaoyam, Mawaba, Wahagaryam, Gabal, Wamalan, Wamalak, Palashath, Amyashabya, Tazawar, Gamashawar, Nalawa, Imam, Hayawa, Zarawai, Labani Lawat, Salah, Ashalaham, Kamadyan, Kasaya Sarah, Kayabyan, Kwanako, Kwayashwan, Nashamadwa, Baya, it's like Bayaan Dara, Hayawa, Dama, Ladama, Shayatamwa, Dayamawa, Kaira, Wakazabak, Wakazabak, Wakatazamana, Kaunasai Kamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Narisha, Nadawa, Nawa, Alahaya, Alahaya, Shayatamwa, Kagagula, Kakwash, Lapanya, Roka, Kaash, Dabaira, Yaira, Wakalahabat, Dalahat, Hariyam, Kantar Dafma, Basairika, Babasawapatka, Dabahalam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Kualawan, Wayabakwashwa, Shumka, Yahweh, Yabashwa, Wabahawa, Ayai, Waya Kaparwa, it's like Waya Abadwa, Waya Da'aiwa, Kaya Ata, Shamka, Yahweh, Labadka, Al Yawan, Alkaha, Arataza.
This is Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thou silence,
Keep not thy silence,
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace,
Hold not thy peace,
and be not still,
be not still,
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
For lo,
thy enemies make a tumult,
enemies make a tumult,
and they that hate
and
thee
they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up
They have taken crafty counsel
taken crafty counsel
against thy people
against thy people,
and consulted
and consulted
against thy hidden ones.
against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
come,
come,
and let us cut them off
let us cut them off
from being a nation
from being a nation.
that the name of Yasha Allah
They name Yasha
may be no more in
Allah,
remembrance.
no more remembrance.
For they have consulted together
They have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against
They
thee,
are confederate against thee.
the tabernacles of Edom,
Tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites
the Ishmaelites,
of Moab,
Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
Hagarenes,
Gabal,
Gabal,
and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre.
the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also was joined with them.
Sure also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah.
do unto them
Do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of Kasan,
the brook Kasan,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
They became as dung for the
They
earth.
became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles
Make the nobles
like Oreb
like Orab,
and like Zeeb.
like Zeeb.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes as Abah
all the princes of Sabbath,
and as Almunah, who said,
who said,
let us take to
"Let us
ourselves
take to ourselves
the houses of God in
the
possession.
house of God in possession.
O Yahweh,
Oh, Yahweh,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth a wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
as flame sets the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them afraid
make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame.
that they may seek thy
They
name.
may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
Oh, Yahweh,
let them be confounded
let them be confounded,
and troubled forever.
troubled forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to shame
let them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is
is
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
art the most high
Most High,
over all the earth.
over all the earth. Now we have the blessings prayer in the last one, Kodash. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Yahweh Shai.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Mayaka Allah.
Wa Alahayim.
Wa Alahayim.
Matazab Ya'ah.
Matazab Ya'ah.
Alawap Yahana.
Alawap Yahana.
Ha Alawapyam.
Ha Alawapim.
Hasaranyam.
Hasaranyam.
Equatazayayam.
Hakwatazayanyam.
Ekal Yayoyam.
Hakal Yayoyam.
Wa Gwatian.
Wa Akwathim.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Wa Hashem.
Bahasham.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
The water.
The water.
Amen.
Aman. In the English. Bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Yahweh Shai.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yahana.
Command General Hana.
The generals.
The generals.
The captains.
The captains.
The officers.
The officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh
In
Shai.
the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it.
All right, with that, Sar. Go ahead. Blow the horn one more time. All right, with that, Shabu just means to sit and clap it up. Shalom, Yashala. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Barakatam. Yahweh Shamar Thun Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. This is the Isupk. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York in 1969. We are under commanding General Yahana, here to teach the truth of the Bible for so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians that they are the real Israelites according to the scriptures. Go ahead and get to Leviticus chapter 11, verse 42. 11 and 42. And right now is a moment in history that's being made. You understand that the world is going through a shift right now, a fundamental shift between all the politicians of the earth that are coming against one another and trying to team up for the final battle of Armageddon that's taking place right now as we speak. You understand? Now, we know in part and prophesy in part, meaning we can't tell you the day or the hour that the Son of Man is going to return, but we know that the signs are definitely pointing towards that, and we have to take it more seriously than ever before because we're so used to this being long and drawn out that we think that we can waste our time with distractions, with every other thing that just pulls us away from the truth. Everything should bring us more towards the truth. Everything that we see, every inspiration that you have, all your brothers and sisters that you're fighting every single day with. You understand that we're in this truth together, and it's only through this scripture that we're going to find out just how the Most High ordained for us to operate as a nation. And so when we're reading in the Old Testament, we're reading in the Torah right now, reading in the book of Leviticus, it's going to go into further detail on some of those things that are happening as Israel is being developed into a nation once we're separated from the heathen. So we have to think more forward than what we see here today and being comfortable in this place. This is not going to be every day where you can be able to pull up to a Popeyes and get a bucket of chicken. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to go out and get it yourself. You're going to have to go out and cook and skin and do everything that it takes to prepare the burnt offerings for the Most High, the feast days, everything that He requires of us. We're going to get back to those days. So don't be too comfortable here in America. Let's go ahead and get to the Hebrew. We're going to read in the book of Leviticus. I say it was
11:42.
11 and 42. Go ahead.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 42. Call, hawalak, al, gakawan, wakal, hawalak, al, arabai, id, call, mara, ba, ragala, yum, lakal, Hasha Rataza Al Ha'a Rataza La'a Ta'a Ka Lawam Kaya Shalakia Shakwataza Ham. Verse 43. All Tasha Kwa Tazawa Ath Nagasha Tha Yakam Bakal Hasharataza Wala'a Tatama Awa Baham Wana ta ma thumb bum. Verse 44. Kaya Anaya Yahweh Allah Salakia Allahai Yakam Wahata Kwa Dasha Thumb Wahaya Yatham Quadashium Kaya Quadashium Salaka Quadash Wash Anaya Wala'a Tatama Awa Atha Nagasha Thayakam Bakal Hasharataza Haramash Al Ha'arataza. Verse 45. Kaya Anaya Yahweh Hama Ma'ai La Athakam Ma'arataza Matazarium Lahayath Lakam Lahayim Wahaya Yatham Quadashium Kaya Quadawash Anaya. Verse 46. Za'ath Tawa Rath it's like Haba Ha Ma Waha I Wap Wakal Nagash Hachaya Haramah Shath Bama Yum Waklakal Napash Hasharat Tazat Salakia Hasharat Tazat Al Ha'arataza. Verse 44. Lahaba Dayal Bayan Hatama'a Waba yan. Hata har. Waba yan. Hakaya. Hana'a kalat. Waba yan. Hakaya. Ashar. La'a. Ta'a call. Leviticus 12, verse 1. Waya dabar. Yahweh. Al. Masha. La'amar. Verse 2.
The chapter has 8 verses. Go ahead and read through the 8 verses.
Come on, concert. Dabar. Al. Banaya. Yashra'ala. La'amar. Asha. Kaya. Tazara. Yai. Wayala. Da. Zakar. Watama. Shabbat. Yamayam. Kayama. Kayamaya. Nadat. Dawata. Matama'a. Salakia. It was I said that wrong. Tamama'a. Leviticus 12, verse 3. Wabaya wam. Hashama yanaya. Yama wal. Bashar. Ira la tawa. Verse 4. Washala mashayam. Yawam. Washala shath. Yama yum. Tashab. Badamaya. Tahara. Bakal. Kodash. La'ah. Tagai. Wa'al. Hama Kwadash. La'ah. Taba'a. Aid. Mala'ath. Yamaya. Tahara. Verse 5. Wa'am. Nakwada. The lad. Wata ma'a. Shaba'ayam. Kanada tha. Wash shayam. Yawam. Wash shath. Yaw mayam. The Salakia. The shab. Al. The maya. Tahara. Verse 6. Wabamala ath. Yamaya. Tahara. Laban. Awa. Labat. Taba. Ya'a. Bakash. Ban. Shana Tawa. La'ayla. La'ayla. Waban. Yawa na. Awa. Tar. Lakha. Lakata'a. Lakata'at. All. Patach. Ahal. Mawa'id. All. Hakahan. Verse 7. Wahakwara yab Salakia. Wahakwara yabwa. Laganaya Yahweh. Waka par Ilaya. Watahara. Mamakwar. Damaya Zaath Tawarath Hayala Dath Lazakar Awa Lana Kwa Ba. Verse 8. Wa'am La'a Tama Taza'a Wada. It's like Yada Daya Shah Wala Kwach Ka Shataya Tarayam Awa Shanaya Banaya Yawa Na Akad La Aila Wa'akad Laka Ta'ath Waka Par Ailaya Hakahan Watahara.
Let's get that in the English. You had started at Leviticus chapter 11, verse 42. What we were reading in Leviticus chapter 11 was the dietary laws that the Most High gave to Israel. We had got to going over last week, the animals that we're not allowed to eat. And of course, the animals that we are allowed to eat. Of course, that's what the Most High ordained for us as Israelites, to have a higher quality of choice for the foods that we decide to put. You know what I'm saying? Because we absorb those things into our bodies. So if we're absorbing creatures that are disgusting and vile and made to be bottom feeders on the earth, it's going to make our bodies bad. So the Most High is clearly separating the two, clean and unclean. Go ahead.
It's like
Go ahead.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 11, verse 42. Whatsoever goeth upon the belly, and whatsoever goeth upon all four, or whatsoever hath more feet among all creeping things that creep upon the earth.
Yeah, so on the belly, it's a snake. You understand? Whatsoever goeth upon all four, for whatsoever hath more feet among all creeping things. That's your millipedes and centipedes. They got lots of legs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of creatures that do that go on all fours, that walk like that. You know what I'm saying? Most High obviously is ordained for foods that we can and can't eat, where it talks about parting the hoof and chewing the cud and things like that. So know the difference between the right thing to do and the wrong thing to do. Because again, we have to stick with what the scriptures are saying, not with what we were raised by according to our father and our mother.
Right.
Understand? Of course, if they're in the truth here in the Isupk, and they're most likely following the law, statute, commandments anyway, so you're being raised the right way. But you got people out there that eat all kinds of stuff that are unlawful. Go ahead.
Them ye shall not eat, for they are an abomination. Verse 43. Ye shall not make yourselves abominable with any creeping thing that creepeth, neither shall ye make yourselves unclean with them, that ye should be defiled thereby.
Right, touching them, picking up dead corpses of these creatures. Go ahead. I don't want you doing none of that.
Verse 44. For I am the Lord your God. Ye shall therefore sanctify yourselves, and ye shall be holy, for I am holy. Neither shall ye defile yourselves with any manner of creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
Read on.
Verse 45. For I am the Lord that bringeth you up out of the land of Egypt to be your God. Ye shall therefore be holy, for I am holy.
You heard what he said? He said, you need to be separate. That's what holy means,
Right.
separate. For I am separate. I am holy, meaning I'm set apart from them. I separated you from the Egyptians so that you could be more like how my program is, not like the Egyptians. And the things that they eat and the way they live and the acts that they commit. We're not supposed to be like that. That's why he pulled us away from them. That's no different than how he's pulling us away from America now, because America is corrupted. We try to, a lot of our people, a lot of older folks amongst our nation, they think that they can cling to this place. They're going to learn the hard way if they hold fast to it and put their faith in America and not the Most High. You have to detach from that to really see the understanding the Most High is trying to give us. That's why he brought us out of Egypt, so we can make us different from everybody. And it was Israel that started to follow God's law, statutes, and commandments while we were in Egypt. So how is that supposed to be any different than now, where we're separating ourselves from within the country to prepare for a time where we're not going to be in the country?
Right.
and we will physically be separate. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 46. This is the law of the beast and of the fowl and every living creature that moveth in the waters and of every creature that creepeth upon the earth.
Go ahead.
Verse 47. To make a difference between the unclean and the clean.
That's it. And that's why he separated us from the Egyptians, because
Right.
the Egyptians were unclean.
That's right.
They lived unhealthy. They lived not holy. You understand? So that's why we have to put ourselves in an environment where we can actually practice what it means to be holy, to be righteous, to be obedient to the Most High's orders. We can only do that amongst each other. We can't do that while mixed with the other nations. It don't work like that. As much as they try to tell you, that's not how it works.
Right.
We have to be separate from them, because that's exactly how the Most High separated us from the other nations that were round about us, and never wanted us to intermingle with them within our society. Go ahead.
And between the beast that may be eaten and the beast that may not be eaten.
Go ahead.
Chapter 12, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 2, speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if a woman have conceived seed and born a man child.
You understand now? We're talking about the building blocks of it takes to build a civilization. We started with the tabernacle, right? Understanding in the earlier books in Leviticus how putting the tabernacle together, serving the Lord, how that comes first. And then he rounds it out. He gives us all the information we need for our day-to-day lives, the foods that we're supposed to eat. And then shortly after that, now he's talking about giving birth and raising families, which is just another form of what? Blow my mind. What am I thinking of right here? Another form of what? For us to multiply.
Another form of
what is Israel?
Israel's is a nation, sir.
It's a nation. What else does the Most High call it?
Generation.
Not just that. Think Exodus 15 and 3. No, 3 and 15. I think it's 15.
Heritage.
No. The Most High is a man of war, right?
Right.
So when Israel comes out,
army.
Israel is a host.
Right.
So what are children?
Children are
the sustainment of a host, meaning they are reinforcements.
right.
That's why the scripture referred to a man having a child. It's just like him. It's like as if he has an avenger against his enemies. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Because we are at war with this place spiritually, how it's trying to bombard us to a certain type of way of living that goes against the Most High. And so the Most High is going to nip it right at the beginning and tell you, even from a child's birth, how things are supposed to be done that completely separates our ways from everybody else. Read on.
Right. Then she shall be unclean 7 days, according to the days of her separation, for her infirmity shall be, of her infirmity shall she be unclean.
This is what it's saying. This is just the process of that quarantine. You understand? To keep a child completely safe, it may need some time away from the rest of the crowd. See, the thing is, and that becomes a dangerous thing when you think about it in a hospital, a child giving birth, and all immediately the whole family wants to show up to hold the baby and all that kind of stuff. That's not always the best option. We just lived through COVID.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That did not happen during the COVID times.
Right.
We got to be prepared we have to think ahead, because there's more times like that with pestilences and things that are going to affect us. So that's part of the reason why we have such a cleanliness and quarantine oriented culture within our people. Even so much so that the mother is considered unclean right when she gives birth. And that's not a knock on her. It's a beautiful thing for her to have done the labor of doing what it takes to bring more people into our nation. It's a very important part, because these are people that were already here before.
Right.
We're just coming back. And now, so honor that rejuvenation, honor that regeneration by fulfilling this part of it, which completes that process of them being brought back. Go ahead.
Verse 3. And in the 8th day, the flesh of his foreskin shall be circumcised.
Keep going.
Verse 4. And she shall then continue in the blood of her purifying.
You see that?
3 and 30 days.
3 and 30. That's 33 days. Go ahead.
She shall touch no hollow thing.
Oh no! You know what's crazy is that so it's 7 days unclean. Then the 8th day, that's when the foreskin gets cut. Right. The circumcision. Then it's 33 more days, which rounds it out to a total of 40 days. Keep going.
Nor come into the sanctuary until the days of their purifying be fulfilled.
So this is keep in mind of why it's saying this. Okay, think about this when we're reading further into this chapter. It's a very short chapter, but you need to hear this. If you don't understand verse 5, what was the verse verse 4?
Right.
Then it'll be harder to understand some of the verses that are at the end of this chapter. Go ahead.
But if she bear a maid child,
Uh-huh.
then she shall be unclean 2 weeks,
Mhm.
as in her separation, and she shall continue in the blood of her purifying 66 days.
So you either dealing with 40 days or 66, which is 66 days. A
Right.
score is 20.
Right.
So 3 times 20 is 60. You add 6, that's 66. Okay. And no, for Christians out there, we ain't talking about no 3-6. No, it's not. It's the Bible. We're reading the Bible. You understand? 66 days, 66 days. That's a purification form. And so during that time, there may be feast days that sister's missing out on. There may be the Passover that sister's missing out on. So what is this scripture doing? It's completely answering your question before you worry about it. Because there's a scripture that says if they don't come to the Passover, they're cut off from their people.
Right.
But what if a sister is on this process during that time? That's how thorough the scriptures is, because it's giving you the answer to those burning questions that you may have that confuse you because you want to be obedient to the Most High, but He's giving you this other instruction that doesn't go against those scriptures, but respects it because of the sanctuary and how it's supposed to be clean, how it's supposed to be separate. And so these processes that are natural, they're not to be overlooked. Keep going.
Con. Verse 6. And when the days of purifying are fulfilled for a son or for a daughter, she shall bring a lamb of the first year for a burnt offering, and a young pigeon or a turtle dove for a sin offering.
For a what?
For a sin offering.
Why is that? It's not bad that she's done this thing because she has to go through that process. But the Most High still requires a sacrifice to cover for any kind of exemption.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Even when there's a time where it seems like, oh, well, you know what? We're justified in it because I'm keeping this law right here. The Most High still requires a payment. And that's how He operates with everything. We have to understand that. Go ahead.
Unto the door of the tabernacle
Uh-huh.
of the congregation, unto the priest. Verse 7. Who shall offer it before the Lord and make an atonement for her,
Uh-huh.
and she shall be cleansed from the issue of her blood.
Yeah.
This is the law for her that hath borne a male or a female.
There you go. Keep going.
Verse 8. And if she be not able to bring a lamb, then she shall bring 2 turtle doves or 2 young pigeons.
No, it just says 2 turtles.
Oh, Slaki, 2 turtles or 2 young pigeons.
Mm-hmm.
The one for the burnt offering and the other for a sin offering.
So, when this just goes to show that no matter what your living situation is, the Most High still requires your offerings.
Slaki, sir, I got a question.
Go ahead.
So, right, it says 2 turtles. Does that mean it's 2 turtle doves?
No, it's literally saying turtle.
Slaki.
Let me see.
It
says turtle. Let me see.
Right, it says turtles, but
Well, it translates to war, which does say turtle dove. So I'm gonna go with that. All right.
turtle dove?
Yeah.
Come on, concert.
So those are birds. Those are common birds that should be able to be found and caught.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Which means what? There's no excuse. Just because you don't own lands doesn't mean you can't. Now you got to go and catch some turtle doves.
Right.
I don't know why it just says turtle. That's just throwing me off. Go ahead.
Yeah. The one for the burnt offering and the other for a sin offering.
Mm-hmm.
And the priest shall make an atonement for her, and she shall be clean. Chapter 13, verse 1.
All right. Now we're gonna go back to the.
The Hebrew.
Yeah, we're gonna read. Go ahead and read
Come on.
14 verses.
Come on, concert. Leviticus chapter 13, verse 1 in the Hebrew. Wayadabar, Yahweh, all, Mashah, Wa'al, Aharon, La'amar. Verse 2. Adam, Kaya, Yahaya, Ba'ai, war. Basha ra it's like a Basha rawa. Sha'at awa sapa kat awa baha rat waha ya ba'ai war Basha rawa lana gai tazara I waha ra it's like waha wa ba'a all aharan hakahan awa all kad ma ba na yawa hakaha nayam. It's like verse 3. Select it. Wa ra ah. Select wa ra aha. Hakahan. Ata'ath. Hana gai. Ba'ai war. Habashar. Washa ire. Bana gai. Hapak. Laban. Wamara ah. Hana gai. I makwa. Ma'ai war. Bashar. Select it. Bashar rawa. Nagai. Tazara I. Hawa'a. Wara'a. Hawa. Hakahan. Watama'a. Atawa. Verse 4. Wa'am. Baharath. Labana. Hawa'a. Ba'ai war. Bashar wa select it. Basharawa. Wa'ai makwa. Ayan. Mara'a. Man. Ha'ai war. Washa I ra. La'a. Hapak. Laban. Wahasa gayar. Hakahan. Ata. Hana gai. Shabai. Yama yum. Verse 5. Wa select wa hawa. Hakahan. Bayawam. Hashabba. Ya I ya slakya. Hashabbai ya aya. Waha na. Hana gai. Imad. Ba'aya na yawa. La'a. Pasha. Hana gai. Ba'ai war. Waha sa ga ya yawa. Hakahan. Shabai. Yamayam. Shanayat. Verse 6. Wara hakahan. Atawa. Baya wom. Select Baya wom. Hashab Baya aya. Shanayat. Wahana. Kaha. Hana Gai. Wala'a. Pasha. Hana Gai. Ba'ai War. Wataha Ra. Wataha Rawa. Hakahan. Masa Pa Kath. Haya. It's like it. Haya'a. Waka Bas. Bagada Yawa. Watahar. Verse 7. Wa'am. Pasha. The Gasha. The Pasha. Hamasa Pakat. Ba'ai War. Aharaya. Hara'a Tawa. All. Hakahan. Lataha Ra Tawa. Wanara A. Shanayat. Al All. Hakahan. Verse 8. Wara'a. Hakahan. Rahana. Pashata. Hamas. Slakim. Hamasha. Slakim. Hamasa. Pakat. Ba'ai War. Watama Awa. Slakim. Hakahan. Tazara I. Hawa'a. Verse 9. Naga'ai. Tazara I. Kaya. Tahaya. Ba'adam. Waha. Ba'a. All. Hakahan. Verse 10. Wara'a. Hakahan. Wahana. Sha'at. Labana. Ba'ai War. Waha'aya. Hapaka. Sha'ir. Laban. Wamahayat. Bashar. Kaya. Basha'at. Verse 11. Tazara'ith. Nawashanath. Hawa'a. Ba'ai. Ba'ar. Selected. Ba'ai War. Basha War. Watama. Like Watama Awa. Hakahan La'a. Yasa Gara Nawa. Kaya. Tama'a. Hawa'a. Verse 12. Wa'am. Para. Wach. Tapa. Rach. Hataza Ra. I. Ba'ai War. Wakata. Ta. Hatazara I. At. Call. I war. Hana. Gai. Mara'a. Shawa. Wa I. Wa. It's like Ragala Yawa. Lakal. Mara'a. Ayanaya. Hakahan. Verse 13. Wara'a. Hakahan. Wahana. Kasa. Da. Hatazara. Ith. Atha. Call. So like a Basharawa. Wata har. Atha. Hanagai. Kalawa. Hapak. Laban. Tahawar. Hawa'a. Verse 14. Wabaya wam. How it's like hara'a wath. Bawa. Bashar. Kaya. Yatama'a. Verse 15. Wara'a. Hakahan. Ata. Habashar. Hakaya. Watama I it's like it. Watama awa. Habashar. Hakaya. Tama'a. Hawa'a. Tazara I. Hawa'a. Verse 16. Awa. Kaya. Yasha. Wab. Habashar. Hakaya. Wanahapak. Lala ban. Waba'a. All. Hakahan. Verse 17. Wara'a. It's like Wara'a Hawa. Hakahan. Wahana. Nahapak. Hana Gai. Lalaban. Watah Har. Hakahan. Ata. Hanagai. Tahawar. Hawa'a. Verse 18. Wabashar. Kaya. Yahaya. Bawa. Ba'ai Rawa. Shakayan. Wanara Pa. So one Salakia. Wanara Pa'a. Verse 19. Wahaya. Bama Kwa Wam. Hasha Kayan. Sha'at. Labanya. Awa. Baharat. Labanya. Arab Ma Slaga. Adamada Math. Wana Ra A. All. Hakahan. Verse 20. Wara'a. Hakahan. Wahana. Mara'a. Shapal. Man. Ha'ai war. Washa'ai ra. Hapak. Laban. Watama awa. Hakahan. Nagai. Tazara Aith. Hawa. Basha Kaya. It's like it. Basha Kayan. Paraka. Verse 21. Wa'am. Yara Ana. Hakahan. Wahana. Ayan. Bah. Sha'ir. Laban. Washa Pala. Ayana. Ayan na. Man. Ha'ai war. Wahaya. It's like Wahaya'a. Kaha. Wahasa Gaya Ra Lakia. Wahasa Gaya Rawa Hakahan Shaba'aith Yamayam. Verse 30, verse 22.
Go to the English. You don't read it in English.
From a concert.
The first 21 verses. Go ahead and get that.
What was it?
Leviticus 13 and 1.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 13, verse 1.
Mhm.
And the Lord spoke unto Moses and Aaron, saying, verse 2, when a man shall have in the skin of his flesh a rising, a scab, or a bright spot, and it be in the skin of his flesh like the plague of leprosy, then he shall be brought unto Aaron the priest, or unto one of his sons the priest. Verse 3, and the priest shall look on the plague of in the skin of the flesh, and when the hair in the plague is turned white, and the plague in sight be deeper than the skin of the flesh.
What does that mean? The plague in sight be deeper than the skin of his flesh.
Like if it's like a boil or like a.
Well, those are things that it's describing. Yeah, it says on his
Or-
flesh a rising or a scab. That's what a rise. When you're saying a rising, that's what a scab is, because the scab is basically your body's reaction to trying to stop blood from flowing. So it builds this thing up.
Right.
But there's something else going on here, and it's specifically referring to the white hairs that come from that as something that is considered to be unclean. Okay, keep going. Now, this isn't talking about white hairs from old age. That's different. This is talking about something else. Keep going.
It is a plague of leprosy. And the priest shall look on him and pronounce him unclean. Verse 4, if the bright spot be white in the skin of the flesh, and in sight be not deeper than the skin, and the hair thereof be not turned white, then the priest shall shut him up that hath the plague 7 days. Verse 5, and the priest shall look on him the 7th day, and behold, if the plague in his sight be at a stay, and the plague spread not in the skin, then the priest shall shut him up 7 more days. Verse 6.
This is important. Read this.
Verse 6. And the priest shall look on him again the 7th day, and behold, if the plague be somewhat dark, and the plague spread not in the skin, the priest shall pronounce him clean, and it is not but a scab, and he shall wash his clothes and be clean.
So again, this is separating the difference between a scab that cuts down to the quote unquote white meat versus leprosy, which is your skin actually turning white. You ever seen somebody with leprosy where it's like their hands got white spots and it spreads throughout their body?
Oh, okay, yeah.
It, like you'll see it on their faces, patches of depigmentation.
Right.
That's different from like if you're riding your bike when you were 12 years old and you flew over the handlebars because you hit a curb and then you hit some, asphalt or something and scrape some of your skin off. That you're picking the upper layer that has the melanin.
Yeah.
It gets scraped off and you see the white under it. And then what happens? Your body puts scabs on it.
Right.
So it's to be shown to the priest. The priest will determine and be like, okay, that's from an injury. That's not leprosy because it doesn't spread.
Right.
It's just repairing that one local issue, right? But this is referring to a difference between a scab and actual leprosy. Go ahead, sis. That's what they call it. What do you say it's called? Vitiligo, whatever that is. They in the movies they say that there's some really nasty skin diseases out there. I seen a picture of somebody that got a whole bunch of bubbles on their face. Now that looks scary for a movie, but that's not leprosy. That's something else.
Right.
Leprosy is when somebody's losing melanin on their skin. That's why I called it white. That's why when Moses put his hand in his bosom, pulled it out, it was leprous as snow. Why they call white women snow bunnies? Because her skin is leprous as snow.
Right.
I don't even like that term, bro. It's like disgusting to think about it like that. Why they gotta be bunnies? It's an animal. Go ahead. Oh, can you give her the mic? Because I can't. We got the class has to hear it for the recording. You know what I mean? Just take it to it, Gabriel.
So with vitiligo, I've seen a black woman, her entire hair was black, and her skin was like dark skinned, and then it was dark skinned and white, and then it'll get better, and then it gets worse, and then her hair turned gray, not even gray, just white. So she'll have white stripes and black stripes
Yeah,
throughout
that's
her hair
leprosy.
because of it.
Yeah, that's leprosy.
That sounds like what this is describing,
Yeah.
because it even refers to the changing of the color of the hair. So that's how you know it's deeper than the skin. If it's a physical injury, yeah, whatever the cut is, the gash, the scrape, that's skin deep. That might go a little bit further in if it's a really bad injury, but for the most part, that can get fixed. And that's why it's saying, read that verse again.
Verse 6.
Verse 6, yeah.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 13, verse 6. And the priest shall look on him again the seventh day, and behold, if the plague be somewhat dark, and the plague spread not in the skin, the priest shall pronounce him clean. It is but a scab.
It is but a what?
A scab.
So it's just scab ain't nothing. Oh, it's just a scab. It ain't but a scab. Go ahead.
And he shall wash his clothes and be clean.
There you go. Keep going.
Verse 7. But if the scab spread much abroad in the skin, after that he hath been seen of the priest for his cleansing, he shall be seen of the priest again.
And it's kind of covering all bases, because you made it past that first examination. But if it starts to spread after he's seen the priest, you got to go back and let them determine whether or not this is actually something that they say it is. Go ahead.
Verse 8. And if the priest see that, behold, the scab spreadeth in the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a leprosy. Verse 9. When the plague of leprosy is in a man, then he shall be brought unto the priest. Verse 10. And the priest shall see him, and behold, if the rising be white in the skin, and it have turned the hair white.
The what?
The hair white.
That's what she was just describing. That person that had the hair white.
Right.
Go ahead.
And there be quick raw flesh in the rising. Verse 11, it is an old leprosy in the skin of his flesh, and the priest shall pronounce him unclean, and shall not shut him up, for he is unclean. Verse 12, and if the leprosy break out abroad in the skin, and the leprosy cover all the skin of him that hath the plague from his head, even unto his even to his foot, wheresoever the priest looketh. Verse 13, then the priest shall consider, and behold, if the leprosy have covered all his flesh, he shall pronounce him clean that hath the plague. It is all turned white. He is clean.
Why would they say that?
Because it's no longer spreading, because it's everywhere. So it can't spread anywhere else. It's just all on him, so he's clean.
Now, where do we see that?
Where do we see that?
Yeah.
Salaki, sir, on Esau. He's a clean leopard.
I mean, the process is complete. Yeah, it comes.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about in terms of Israel, because it's referring to Israel.
Oh, where do we see that? Salaki, sir, albinos.
And think about it. See, our people are used to being darker skinned. Shem, coming from Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth,
Right.
we're dark skinned. Where we're at now, at this point, we know the scripture says that Ephraim is referred to as a cake unturned. Does that mean he had the leprosy? No. Does it mean that he's unclean? No. And it's describing that right here because there's a completion in the shade that has changed. We think white, we think completely white, but there's different shades.
Right.
So when it's talking about like the process of us changing, that's no different than like when you get sun because you work in the summer.
Right.
What happens in the winter? It's not spotted though, but you see shades changing.
Right.
That's
okay.
And it's differentiating that because it's telling you that's not an uncleanliness. That's just some people don't have as much melanin as others.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And but what is this really? This is actually kind of checking the people that always that try to go harsh on light skin and stuff like that. Because there's Israelites that are of different shades, right? But that again doesn't mean that they're unclean. What makes them unclean is the hair turning white, the spots that are the spreading of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's like that's something that's slightly different than us just changing shade because we're indoors more than we've been outdoors.
Right.
When you were 12 years old and you was out playing in the field every day during the summer, you can't sit there and tell me that you weren't darker back then than you were right now. There's nothing unclean about that. That's just the way it is because of the way we absorb the sun and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Changes our skin tone. But some of us have a stronger threshold than others. Because there's what? When you go into the sun, you don't have suntan lotion and all that, you can get what? Sunburn.
Sunburn.
But that doesn't mean you have leprosy because you're getting those scabs and stuff on the skin.
Right.
It doesn't make you unclean because that does happen. You gotta understand that. It's covering all bases. The scriptures covers all bases. Go ahead.
Right. Verse 14. But when raw flesh appeareth in him, he shall be unclean.
Yeah, during that time, raw flesh,
Yeah.
whether that be through sunburn, whether that be through scabs and all that kind of stuff, openings and wounds, when you're dealing with blood, we don't want blood from us. That's our life force. We don't want
Right.
that to be contaminating everybody around us.
Right.
You know what I mean? The Most High does that. He has it for a reason. He's looking out for our best interest, whether we realize it or not. Go ahead.
Come on, Khan.
Oh, was that there in verse 14? Oh,
Come.
keep going.
Verse 15. And the priest shall see the raw flesh and pronounce him to be unclean, for the raw flesh is unclean. It is a leprosy.
Keep going.
Verse 16. Or if the raw flesh turn again and be changed into white, he shall come unto the priest.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 17. And the priest shall see him, and behold, if the plague be turned into white, then the priest shall pronounce him clean that hath the plague. He is clean.
Keep going.
Verse 18. The flesh also, in which even in the skin thereof has a boil and is healed. Verse 19. And in the place of the boil there is a white rising, or a bright spot, white and somewhat reddish, and it be showed to the priest. Verse 20. And if when the priest seeth it, behold, it be in sight lower than the skin, and the hair thereof be turned white, the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a plague of leprosy broken out of the boil.
Read verse 21.
Verse 21. But if the priest look on it, and behold, there be no white hairs therein, and if it be not lower than the skin, but be somewhat dark, then the priest shall shut him up 7 days. Verse 22.
This is like a skincare observation chapter, because as somebody is growing up and becoming older, what's one of the natural issues that they face on their skin?
Acne.
Acne. Yeah. Sometimes it's cystic.
Right.
Cystic acne is it's annoying.
Right.
It's like a bump in the skin, a red bump. It's like, what is that right there? Hold on, have the priest take a look at that. Okay, well, let's monitor that and make sure it don't spread. That it's something that's, because we don't need those germs that are in there, because it's kind of what it is. It's like a dirtiness that gets caught under the skin. It can make it worse, and that's kind of what acne is. It's even referring to the whiteness that pops out. That's the contagious part of it, trying to be pushed out of the skin by your body.
Right.
Again, the Most High's covering all bases because he's determining on what is clean and what is unclean and what should be around others and what shouldn't. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 22.
Oh, go ahead and go back to the Hebrew.
Oh, come on, concert.
Are you going to read the rest of the selection for the day? That'll have you all the way up until, let me see. Let's go ahead and start reading on.
Come on, concert. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 13, verse 22 in the Hebrew.
We're going to read through verse 35.
Come on, concert. Wa'am, Pasha, the Pasha, Ba'ai, war, Watama'a, Hakahan, Atawa, Nagai, Hawa'a. Verse 23. Wa'am. Takata ya. The I mad. Ha haba. It's like it. Haba ha. Wa. La a. Pashata. Tazara. Bat. Hasha. Kayan. It's like it. Hawa'a. Wataha. Ra. It's like Wataha. Ra. Wa. Hakahan. Verse 24. Awa. Bashar. Kaya. Yahaya. Ba'ai. Rawa. Maka. It's like it. Maka. Wath. Ash. Waha. Ya. Ta. Maka. Yath. Hamaka. Wa. Baha. Rath. Labana. Hadamada. Math. Awa. Labana. Verse 25. Wara. Ata. Hakahan. Wahana. Naha. Pak. Sha'ir. Laban. Babahara. Wama. Ra'a. I makwa. Man. Ha'ai. Ra. Like a ha'ai war. Tazara. I. Hawa'a. Bamaka. Wa. Para. Ka. Watama'a. Atawa. Hakahan. Nagai. Tazara. I. Ha. Wa. Hawa'a. It's like it. Verse 26. Wa'am. Yara'a. Na. Hakahan. Wahana. Ayan. Baba. It's like it. Baha. Rath. Sha'ir. Laban. Washa. Pala. Ayan na. Man. Ha. It's like it. I war. Waha. It's like it. Waha. Wa'a. Ha. It's like Waha. Sa. Ga. Ya. Rawa. Hakahan. Shabai. Yamayam. Verse 27. Wara'a. Hawa. Hakahan. Baya. Salaka. Baya. One. Salaka. Baya. Wam. Hashabai. Salaka. Hashabai. Ya. Aya. Pasha. Tapasha. Ba'ai. War. Watama'a. Hakahan. Atawa. Nagai. Tazara. I. Hawa'a. Verse 28. Wa'am. Taha. Ta. Ya. Ta'ai. Mad. Haba. Ha. Wat. La'a. Pasha. Ta. Ba'ai. War. Waha. Wa'a. Kaha. Sha'at. Hamaka. Wa. It's like Hamaka. Wa. Hawa'a. Watam. Ha. Rawa. Haka. It's like Hakahan. Kaya. Tazara. Bat. Hamakawa. Hawa'a. Verse 29. Wa'a yash. Awa. Asha. Kaya. Yahaya. Bawa. Nagai. Bara'ash. Awa. Baza. Kwan. Verse 30. Wara'a. It's like a wara'a. Ra'a. Hakahan. Ata. Hana. Gai. Wahana. Mara'a. Hawa. I makwa. Man. Ha'ai. War. Wabawa. Sha'ir. Tazahab. Dakwa. Watama'a. Atawa. Hakahan. Na takwa. Hawa'a. Tazara'ai. Hara'ash. Awa. Haza. Kwan. It's like it. Hawa'a. Verse 31. Wakaya. Yara'a. Hakahan. Ata. Nagai. Hana. Takwa. Wahana. Ayan. Mara'a. It's like Mara'a. Hawa. I makwa. Man. Ha'ai. War. Washa'ir. Shakar. Ayan. Bawa. Wahasagayar. Hakahan. Ata. Nagai. Hana. Tak. Shabbath. Yamayam. Verse 32. Wara'a. Hakahan. Ata. Hana. Gai. Bayawam. Hashabaya. Aya. Wahana. La'a. Pasha. Hana. Thakwa. Wala'a. Haya. Bawa. Sha'ir. Taza'ab. Oh, it's like Tazahab. Wamara'a. Hana. Thakwa. Ayan. I makwa. Man. Ha'ai. War. Verse 33. Waha ta ga lach. Wa'ath. Hana thach. Hana thakwa. La'a. Yagalach. Waha sa gayar. Hakahan. Ata. Hana thach. Hana thakwa. So like it. Shaba'ai. Yamayam. Shanayath. Verse 34. Ra'a. Hakahan. Ata. Hana. Select it. Hana. Thakwa. Baya. Wam. Hashabaya. Aya. Wahana. La'a. Pasha. Hana. Thakwa. Ba'ai. War. Wamara'a. Hawa. Aya. Ayan. Nawa. It's like Amakwa. Man ha'ai war. Watahar. My thought, like it's like a thought, a tar. And it's like a tawa. Hakahan. It's like it. Waka bas. Bagada yawa. Wata har. Verse 35. Wa'am pasha. Ya pasha. Hana takwa. Ba'ai war. Hakaraya. Tahara tawa. Verse 36. Wara'a hawa. Hakahan. Wahana. Pasha. Hana takwa. Ba'ai war. La'a. Yaba kwar. Hakahan. La sha'ar. Hataza hav. Tama'a. Hawa'a. Verse 37. Wa'am.
Go ahead and go back to the English.
Oh, slide. Where we leave off of? Slide.
Verse 15. No, 22.
Cut on concert. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 13, verse 22. And if it spread much abroad in the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is a plague. Verse 23. But if the bright spot stay in his place and spread not, it is a burning boil, and the priest shall pronounce him clean.
That's what I'm talking about, the acne.
Right.
It's just mentioning that that's all it is. It's not the beginning of a spreading of a leprosy. Okay, because that's not going to be in the congregation. Somebody that has the active leprosy spreading, you have to get counsel on that before somebody like that being here. Because according to the scriptures, that's something that is recognized as something to be on alert for. Go ahead.
Right. Verse 24. And if there be any flesh in the skin whereof there is a hot burning, and the quick flesh that burneth have a white bright spot, somewhat reddish or white. Verse 25. Then the priest shall look upon it, and behold, if the hair in the bright spot be turned white, and it be in sight deeper than the skin, it is a leprosy broken out of the burning. Wherefore the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is the plague of leprosy. Verse 26. But if the priest look on it, and behold, there be no white hair in the bright spot, and it be no lower than the other skin, but be somewhat dark, then the priest shall shut him up 7 days. Verse 27. And the priest shall look upon him the seventh day, and if it be spread much abroad in the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean. It is the plague of leprosy.
Because it's the spreading of the depigmentation. Understand? That's the difference. And so read the next verse because it'll clarify the other side of the argument.
Come on, concert. At verse 28. And if the bright spot stay in his place and spread not in the skin, but it be somewhat dark, it is a rising of the burning.
The rising of the burning. Go ahead.
And the priest shall pronounce him clean. It is an inflammation of the burning.
See what I'm talking about? That's like if you're out in the sun all day and your skin is just burning because it's been out in the sun. You understand? So that's not, Judah doesn't have this issue as much as the northern tribes. But you ever been to a beach or something like that, and you getting a tan out there, or just working in the sun? Right. You see a lot of Hispanics that work on houses wearing what? Long clothes, because they're trying not to get burned by the sun.
Right.
It's got to be hot as hell in that garment. You know what I mean? That's crazy. But it just goes to show the difference between it being leprosy and it being just something else, whether it be acne, whether it be sun burning or something like that, or just the actual other types of skin issues. Go ahead.
Verse 29. If a man or woman have a plague upon the head or the beard. Verse 30. Then the priest shall see the plague, and behold, if it be in sight deeper than the skin. And there be in it a yellow thin hair, then the priest shall pronounce him unclean.
That's the difference. The spreading of the skin, the changing of the hair color at a young age, especially. That's the notification. That's the confirmation they need to let it be known. Hey, you know what? This is not just some regular thing. This is something that could be infectious.
Right.
Go ahead.
It is a dry scab, even a leprosy upon the head or beard. Verse 31. And if the priest look on the plague of the scab, and behold, it be not in sight deeper than the skin, and that there is no black hair in it, then the priest shall shut him up that hath the plague of the scab 7 days. Verse 32. And in the seventh day the priest shall look on the plague, and behold, if the scab spread not, and there be in it no yellow hair, and the scab be not in sight deeper than the skin. Verse 33. He shall be shaven, but the scab shall have not. But the scab shall he not shave, and the priest shall shut him up that hath the scab 7 days more.
Notice the 7 days. What happens in the span of 7 days dealing with hair? It has time to grow a little further out. But as far as why is he shaving the other parts of the body, knowing that we don't typically shave our skin and our beards and our head? So that he can visually see if there's any changes in spreading.
Right.
It doesn't go against the law. It's there as a fail-safe. So it's letting you know this right here is a technicality because we need to be able to see this.
Right.
It's a medical procedure. You got to be able to see around it. You understand? Especially with Judite woolly hair, it covers all that up. You wouldn't see it unless, you might have to trim some of that off for a specific purpose like this, for the sake of seeing whether or not it's spreading. This is how specific the scriptures is. We got to understand that what it's talking about sounds racist. Because guess what? The Most High don't want us dealing with other races. He wants us to be separate from them.
Right.
And just goes to show that even when it comes to skincare, there's things that we got to look out for. Read on.
Verse 34. And in the seventh day the priest shall look on the scab, and behold, if the scab be not spread in the skin, nor be in sight deeper than the skin, then the priest shall pronounce him clean, and he shall wash his clothes and be clean. Verse 35.
Last verse.
But if the scab spread much in the skin after his cleansing, verse 36, then the priest shall look on him, and behold, if the scab be spread in the skin, the priest shall not seek for yellow hair. He is unclean.
Now that we went a verse over, but that's fine. So basically, it's just answering. He's saying that this is the determination factor, whether or not this is leprosy or not. Now, what are some of the other modern day causes of this? Of the hair changing color? You may see that in somebody that smokes a lot, which is of course not necessarily the same thing because that's not leprosy, but it can change the skin color of somebody's hair, or not the skin color, the hair color, because of the burning. But this is of course in the time of Israel where our people were not doing that sort of thing. So it's an example of something that's separate from the discoloration of hair due to something from a flame or something like that. You know what I mean? Right. Or constant exposure to, smoke that's being close to the face and stuff like that. So we understand things in an ancient form, even in modern day's time. But we also can relate to what's going on in the modern day so that, again, we can determine what is applying towards that and what isn't. So with that, Amajim. Sar. Hakudam. Now let's finish off the Sabbath service with the Lord's Prayer. Oh, my bad. I ain't missing out on my wine here.
La Yasharallah.
La Yasharallah.
Yeah, nothing in there.
Smell that. It's a strong wine.
Mm-hmm.
What's that, a Ram Brusco or something?
No, it's Manischewitz.
Sounds like a concentration camp. All right. With that, Amajim Sar, which means to turn. Yapama Hakwadam. We're gonna start with the. We're gonna finish with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabbat Shema, Kodash, Haya, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakutka, Taba'a, Ratazaka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'arataza, Kawa, Haya, Bashamam, Natalanawa, Lacham, Kal, Yawam, Wasalaklanawa, Kabawathnawa, Kasalachnawa, Kabawathinawa, Wala'a, Tabi'anawa, Manasawan, Abal, Hawashayanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwath, Wahala, Wataparath, Liwalamium, Aman. In English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. All right, with that, Sar. And at this time, we're going to salute the scroll. Go ahead and step down on there. Yeah. I'll bring it on back. Oh, we didn't even have to step down. We could have done that all up here. We're just used to that because the brothers over here.
Right.
All right. And with that, go ahead and blow the horn one more time. That will conclude the Isupk San Antonio Sabbath service. We're going to end it off with a courtesy salute for the brothers. Sisters may have a seat. Men of Israel, Amad of Shabbat, Amad, Barak, Yahweh Shimei Shai Rakatah, Yajimatah. Sar, turn and face the sisters for one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Amad of Shabbat, Amad, Barak, Yahweh Shimei Shai Yajimatah. Dismiss.